Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Test one, test two. Is Mr. T on the line?
I am on the line and I hear you loud and clear. How you doing,
Hey, Bob,
Kendra?
how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful. Thanks for
Awesome,
asking.
awesome, awesome,
Let me get some
awesome.
things. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I got some things situated right quick. Give me one
Okay,
second.
all right.
Make sure I'm on. I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are on.
I like to hear it too, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate the love, the energy. Thank you so much, Mr. Well, Boss Man. I like to call him Boss Man T. You guys, this is Mr. T. But before we introduce Mr. T, thank you all for joining. Divinely Guided by Love with LaKendra Lanice. I am your certified love coach. I am here presenting the 5-star luxury package and also presenting. I wish I had like a drummer or something to be like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Mr. T, and we are on here today. Thanks everyone for joining. We are going to, it's not going to be a long live, hopefully not, because you know, Mr. When me and T get together, we be flowing.
Facts, facts,
We
facts.
be flowing. It ain't no stopping our flow. But you know what? I'm grateful to share our energy with the rest of the world because we have had some amazing conversations in the past, and I am forever grateful to be your friend on so many different levels. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I hope you are too. But
Likewise, likewise.
please let me get to why we are here today. We are here today, divinely guided by love. As you know, I specialize in love, the love department, right? So I offer different things such as relationship, soul mating, one-on-one sessions, defining what love means to you, accountability, and vulnerability sessions, all different types of sessions, soul purpose sessions, things to get ourselves in alignment to who we are and what we're supposed to be doing here on this earth, right? But on the other side of it all, one of my biggest, and most loving projects that I do is soul mating, but I also like to inform people on relationships of, divine masculines and divine feminine and masculine energies coming together in unions because there is nothing greater than love itself. Am I right or am I wrong, Mr. C?
You're right. You're right.
We all
100%.
want love,
A whole lot of it.
right? From all different platforms, right? From all different walks, everybody, children, mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, we all want to be loved, no matter what. Friendship, whatever it may be. We all want to be loved.
Mhm. True. I know I want
True.
to.
Nevertheless, let's introduce Mr. T. Mr. T is one of my long term, I think it's been like what, at least a year. I want to say a year.
It's been a little over a year. I think
Has
so.
it been? Okay. I was
At
about to say, because
least,
I
at
feel
least a
like
year. Yeah.
the time.
At least a year.
Okay, because I was like, I know at the minimum it's been at least a year that
Yep.
I've
Yep.
known you, and ever since I've known you, it has been a pleasure. You have done nothing but introduced your best self. I've always known you to be funny, handsome, educational, wise. A go-getter, a businessman, an influencer, all those, a godly man, all those wonderful attributes that a lovely woman would, I'm sure, would love. Nevertheless, I will let Mr. T introduce himself so we can get started.
Okay. Well, my name is Terrence. I go by T, and I work in finance. I help people with life insurance and retirement investing. So I live here in the great state of Florida, Sunshine State. I don't think there's any better state, but Kendra, when you offered me the opportunity to speak with you on your platform, I was ready. I was ready. Single, have two beautiful daughters, twins. Yeah. So, shout out to, all my people got twins, but I'm ready to get this thing started. Let's have some fun. Let's bring the energy.
Let's have some fun. Because that's all this is about. Life is too short not to smile, right? I mean, because I live by my quote, live a life of liberation, laughter, and love, but you can't get to that place. You can't get to that place without doing some work, some internal work.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
And you're right. And listen, and work is an action. That's a verb.
Yes, sir.
You gotta do some stuff. I like that.
We gotta do some stuff, Missy. We gotta do some stuff, T. Well, Missy here, he is a 40-year-old single male, okay, that is seeking females only.
I know it's 2022, but
it is 2022 because I always, even when I'm dating, if you were friend, I always, and it's out of respect, you know what I mean? I always ask, do you prefer? What do you prefer? Because hey, to each his own,
To each his own, yeah.
And I never want to be disrespectful in no kind of way, fashion, or form.
Thank you. I appreciate you for asking me. So when you asked, I was like, okay, I've never had nobody ask me that question, but I thank you for asking. Yeah.
I think it definitely needs to be normalized, especially as women and men, right? To know what is your preference, Yeah, because it's important. It's really important. You don't want to ever, step on nobody's toes or get misguided, you know what I mean? Or nothing like that. Well, nevertheless, T Rogers is in the finance services. He offers life insurance and retirement plans for anyone in the Jacksonville or in the Jacksonville area, but he's also Florida. Only in Florida? Are you universal? Can you help anyone across the globe?
Right now, just Florida.
Just Florida. Okay, perfect. All right, just Florida. Well, nevertheless, he is your guy on so many different levels. And not only that, he's a great guy just to be in the energy of communication, right? Just to be like, hey, how are you? He's going to spark your day. He is a big ray of sunshine. I always seen him as a ray of sunshine.
Kendra, hey, you got me feeling so good.
Well, you should, and I think we should also normalize that as well, like complimenting each other because, we are in a world that's against us. We know that, right? You know that, right?
100%. And before I elaborate on that, I just want to say that everything you said about me, I reverse it. I send it back to you because you've always been consistent as a woman, as a professional, as a business person. And I respect that about you. I respect your grind. I respect your hustle. And I'm here to support.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate
it. You're welcome.
And thank you. I appreciate that. And I live by you are a reflection of what surrounds you, right? Whatever is on the inside reflects on the outside. So it is never a surprise when I run into great individuals, great people like yourself.
Thank you. And likewise. Your circle and your environment is very important. Very important.
It is, right? To be prosperous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today we celebrate not only my first day going live on my podcast, but the first month of May. The 5th month of the year. That amplifies, 5 amplifies. I love numerology as well. 5 amplifies change, right? Bring it in, whether it's swiping new things away or bringing new things in. It is time for change.
I concur. Bring on the change. Come on, mate.
Bring it out. Nothing. What they say. I forget. Change is.
They say something, and it's good. Whatever it is, it's good.
When it comes to change, right? Okay, let's get started because I know that there are some really thirsty, like myself, people out here that are really intrigued on getting an amazing perspective, a balanced perspective on masculine and feminine energies coming together on the topic of relationships, on the topic of love, on the topic of finances, on the topic of livelihood, like on the topic of union, family, dynamic, universal love, Black love, coming together. We are, I mean, there is an array of things that can come along with it, but we want to get some different perspectives and to be able to be blessed with another masculine energy on my show. That is, it's just an honor. So let's get it started. Before I get started, do you have any questions before I get started? And don't be putting me out there.
Would I? listen, this water. Okay, if it was tequila, that's different.
Yes, right.
I'm good.
I chose the water route today too, so that we can, this is Sunday. Everybody is in their spirit. Everybody finished going through to their temple, and we've been doing prayer all day, so we gonna keep it holy today.
There you go. I could have stepped it up with the wine because the wine is good too now. But
the wine is
the water. I'm going to water though. I got the water.
That's that Florida boy. Come on, Florida boy, bring that water in.
You already know.
So my first. So this will be just a more so a question type of interview. I would love to get the male perspective in a dominant female world. Now, as you've seen, the women are taking over, which is a good thing. Women are taking over.
Okay, so now you're reaching. I don't want to say all that now. Y'all making a good run. I want to say y'all taking over. Y'all making a little run.
Listen, these ladies out here is stepping it all the way up.
I gotta give it to them. They're making a move.
Yeah, and so are our beautiful, beautiful brown melanated, wise, educated Black men as well. And we can't do anything without y'all.
Thank you for that praise.
I just want to make that very clear.
Kendra, listen, I'm pretty sure me and every other guy that's listening to this, that will listen to it, on behalf of all of them, I want to say thank you.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Well, I have some quick notes. I have notes because I don't want to miss nothing. Okay. I want to get to the nitty gritty, everything that I felt that you could connect to and relate to. I jotted it down because I'm like, you know what? This is the man of the hour and the man of the power that's
Let me stretch. Let me get my stretch on.
And my first question is coming from a feminine perspective, right? Do men prefer women to approach them, or do you prefer to approach?
Now, are you speaking in general or just you directing to me?
Well, hey, you're male, so however you want to, you can do your opinion, and then you can also go into a more generalized statement.
Well, I'm gonna first start with me.
Okay, perfect.
To me, when it comes to certain things, I don't consider myself traditional.
Okay.
So it's nothing wrong if a woman approaches me first. If she pulled the trigger, she shoot a shot. It's nothing wrong with that because, for one, to me, I find it attractive. If a woman can step out of her comfort zone and go against the norm, go against tradition,
okay,
that's sexy as hell to me.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? It shows confidence, man. Now I gotta add this now.
Okay.
Her approach means everything.
Okay.
Her approach, like if she's like too aggressive, like she's trying to like debo me, then that ain't what's up. But if she's respectful, if she's kind, polite, if she's soft with her approach, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Okay. Now, okay. So when it comes to women approaching now, would this be something? Now, do you see? Now, first of all, do a lot of women approach you, or is it half, or do you approach?
I want to say, well, I do more of the approaching, but do women approach me? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm
Now,
like, okay, right.
uh-huh.
I'll be like, okay, 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 okay. All right.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
must be doing something right.
okay, so is that an ego thing or what? Or is that just like a, do you feel like, when the women does approach you, do you feel like it's, because of, what I mean? Like, is that like, okay, well, damn. Is that an ego thing or is that like, okay, do you analyze her or do you, I mean, because, in tradition, it's always been the man is the hunter, right? So when he hunts his prey, he knows what he's looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there will be no question. Well, of course, most men, when they hunt, sometimes they're super quick. They want to hunt. They want to tackle it down the first minute they see them. And then you have men that slowly approach, their prey and take their time. Some men actually, observe their women. I'm gonna go say she's a prey, but you know what I'm trying to say. But most men observe
Metaphorically speaking.
Most men observe their women for some time, and then again, you have men that's like, "Oh, I like it, I want it, I gotta have it," and then you got men that's like, "Okay, I'm gonna tiptoe around this approach." You know what I mean?
Right.
But when they do that, just from what from what I feel, when they do that, they kind of already have in their mindset, I like this about her. I like that about her. I want to see more. I want to know more about her, So does that change when she approaches you? Do you have to instantly oh, okay, let me talk to her? Or do you say, okay, hi, how you doing? And then take a step back and then read her. You know what I mean? Like, how does that go?
It 100% goes that way. Like
Okay.
if a woman approaches me, let's say social media, because nowadays most people that they shoot their shots on social media. Everybody's on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be, right?
Okay.
So if a woman shoots her shot, typically it's an introduction, like, hey, how you doing? So we're engaging in conversation, right? The moment that I feel that she let it be known that she shows interest, then I'm going to your profile. I'm checking out your page. I'm checking out your post.
Okay.
Like I'm reading you to kind of see, okay, is this person somebody that I would want to entertain on a relationship level? You know what I'm saying? And if the answer is yes, then I will proceed, down the courting path, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay. Now, is that like an instant thing though? Like, do you lead her on as far as just based off her looks? Because it takes time to get to know people, right?
Oh, it does.
But is that, when she approaches, is that like a like you say, I know you said you got a profiler for a minute there, but once you see her, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, but not only that, let me change it up because I got a question before I forget. When she approaches you, because sometimes some people could say that is more aggressive. That's a more of aggressive woman. And then some could say, that's just her demeanor. She just goes after what she wants, which is aggressive, But does that specific characteristic in her stay throughout the remainder of y'all's phase of talking or dating or anything of that nature?
Well, I'm gonna answer it like this because everybody's different. There's different levels of aggression. There's different levels of just being an alpha. You know what I'm saying? So I may have one woman. She may shoot her shot. She may make the first move, and it's like, oh my God, you fine as hell. Like, damn, I want you. That's aggressive. Like, that's like, okay, I'm down. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're scaring me, okay? Like, I'm about to block you, right? that's too aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But then there's other posts like, hey, listen, I've been following you. I've been watching the stuff you post on your page. I love your content. You come across as a great guy, somebody that I would like to date.
Yes.
See that approach, I like that.
You like that?
That's
okay.
Calm, it's professional. Okay. It's not too masculine. It's the woman seeing what she like, and she's letting it be known. This is what I like.
Oh. Okay. Now, what is the difference between? What would you say is the difference between you approaching her and her approaching you?
That me approaching her and her approaching me. That's the only difference.
That's the only
That's the
difference?
only difference. One person is making the move first.
Okay. One person's making the move first.
One person is making the move first.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. I can dig that. I can
Yep.
respect that. I can respect
Yep.
that because again,
But
like you said, it's based off of what it is that you prefer, what it is that you like, right? Or what it is that, like you said, you're an easy guy. So it doesn't matter, if it comes off that way. But I
yeah.
have in today's society, because I'm a super observer, I have no today's society, women are more, they are approaching men more.
Oh, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
I'm not for sure if I can do it.
You can do it, Kendra. You can do it.
Or maybe that's why, my butt over here is still like, okay, okay, a week.
Okay. Hey, that's like 5 OKs now. That's like 5
Okay. Okay, so is there a difference? Is there a difference on social media women approaching you versus say you're in a lounge or you're in a cigar bar or you are at a restaurant sitting there by yourself and a woman comes over and says, "Hi, I would like to sit with you."
Oh,
is
they ain't
there
doing that. They ain't doing that. It's
You're not doing that? Oh, that's interesting.
see, here's a reason why, because social media makes it easy for you to approach a person, because you can hide behind a profile, but when you're out in public, you're like that's like real life. Then it's like real life. You know? So if a person reject you, you feel that.
Okay.
Because you're face to face with a person. On social media, it's like, yeah, you reject me, but it's like me, then it's like social media, then it's you. So it's that wall in between. But when you're out in public, there's no walls, just you and that person. So I would say that I can't even remember the last time a woman approached me in public.
Really?
Because it takes a different level of confidence.
There's a different level to it's different levels. Huh.
Yeah, 100%.
That is interesting that you say this.
It's easy to slide in the DM.
That is so interesting that you say that, because you say it's easy to slide in the DM. So,
Listen,
but you know what? You know what's really crazy is, because personally, if I am out and I'm by myself and again, majority of the time is men approaching. But if I am by myself and I see a young gentleman sitting by himself, I don't mind going to sit by him and say, "Hello, how's your day going?" I'm here by myself. For real.
You'll do that. Kendra, come on, Kendra, for real.
I promise.
Well, listen, check this out. Hey, when was the last time you did that?
What? It's been a while since I've actually just been out. You know what I mean?
Like a while, like Barack was president, Bush, Clinton.
Let's see. Let me think about that. I will tell. Well, you know what? Okay, when I was in, I just moved from Arizona, and I was in Arizona. I was in Olive Garden one night, and I went, ate a salad, had a glass of wine, and because again, this topic is about dating after finding yourself. So I've learned to date myself. During this process of being single, I have learned to whatever I expect in a man, I'm doing it for myself first.
That's good.
Right?
I like that.
First of all, thank you. First of all, the reasoning behind it all is because I have to understand what it is that I like first before anybody could give me anything. You know what I mean? And it's not, to me, it's not, I'm the independent. I don't want no man to do this for me. And I could do it all bad. I'm all bad by myself. I could do this. Right. I'm it's literally enjoying me. And not only that, I'm setting a standard for me as well. You know what I mean?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, so it's like if a gentleman does come in, there is a bar, right? Like it is not to say that he has to check off all these this list of requirements that I
It's
need.
most of them. It's most of them. Most of them.
But the simple things, right?
Yeah.
Like my 25, 30 minute, $30 Olive Garden dinner every now and then.
And that ain't nothing, it's probably up now, with everything that's going on. That's probably like $50, $60 now.
I know, right? Yes, it is. Well, I am I don't eat much. I'm a vegan, and I'm a happy vegan. Okay, I've been a vegan
Okay.
for 10 years, for a year now. Today I celebrate my first year of being vegan.
Man, congratulations. Well, don't go down me that burger I just posted on Facebook. So
I know. You know what? Hey, I can't say
homemade grill too.
was it good?
Come on now. It was
But yeah,
too good.
but yes, I will tell you that I really do enjoy having conversation with other people, and especially men, and not men on and we're talking about in the like me at Olive Garden right now, okay? Not on a sense of like, oh, I want to take him, I want to date him, but just in a sense of you are my brother. You are not only a protector of your wife, your family, your mother, your father, but also a protector of me, right? Because if someone came in here right now and tried to heal me up, I would hope that my brother, whoever I'm speaking to, will be there to protect me.
Right.
So, with all due respect, I am going to honor that. I am going to, I'm going to honor his presence, especially when I am in my singlehood, right? And again, nothing, on a sexual tip. It could lead to that, just depending, or a relationship tip, but on just a brother to sister kinship, friendship, I recognize you, do you recognize me? And that's how and why I approach men. And also to get that ideology of, oh, she probably wealthy, oh, she probably got a husband, she probably got, all the stereotypes that come along with, melanated women. I try to, on a regular basis, on a daily basis, be conscious of breaking that curse of what they think we are as women. You know what I mean?
Well, Kendra,
So
one thing about it, you do look wealthy though. Well, that's one thing about it.
oh,
I think that's a good curse to have though. That's a good curse to have.
is it a curse? Is it a good curse? Well, you know
That's
what?
a great curse to have.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what it is, because wealth is the overall package, right? That's health, that's finances, that's mentally, physically, emotionally stable, that's having a unison and it's having a unification of one, who she is she, you know what I mean? And building a legacy, right? So, well, I appreciate that, but I always say wealth for me is an internal thing. My wealth is my wisdom. My wealth is my the knowledge that I have attained and be able to teach others and to
That's
give.
good.
That is my wealth. Every day I wake up in wealth, even in my riches. That's my riches.
Kendra, you so awesome. You so awesome. You too awesome. But I love that though. I love that.
Hi.
I said I love that. That was
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And to kind of go into the next topic here, what are, as a mature man like yourself, right? Handsome, educated, wise, entrepreneur, a go-getter, a wealth builder, a father. I can go on and on, right? My brother, my melanated king, what is it that are some things that, as a melanated king, that offers so many great attributes and bring a lot to the table? What are some things that you can't overlook in a woman? You just can't,
okay. Lack of ambition.
Okay.
Man, that's a huge turn off, and that's just something I just can't look. I can't overlook. Like if you don't have any ambition, like you just living life, like you just existing.
Yes.
I can't rock with that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm ambitious and I'm like moving, and you're not, then it's like I'm a boat and I got an anchor and I'm just dragging you along.
Yeah. Yeah, because that will linger into the relationship as well.
Exactly. And smoking. I don't like smokers. Just
okay. Smoking, that's a no.
That's
so
your
soulmate that is the one. She checks off everything, but she can't smoke. I mean, but she smokes. But you know that. But okay. And I respect that, T. I respect that. But
thank you.
But you know I'm gonna come back with something great, right?
Come on.
But
let me take a sip of my water before you hit me with this greatness.
But T, come on now. That a smoker does not mean she gonna die smoking. Right? I mean, what I'm saying is you're telling me you don't have the capacity to be able to like motivate her to stop smoking?
No, nah. And then see, this is why, because my mom has been smoking since she was 19.
Okay.
I haven't been motivated. I haven't had the capacity to motivate her to stop. So if I can't get my own mama, and it has been hell, man. Me and my mom, we have gotten into many arguments about her smoking.
Okay.
And it's because she's not looking at it from my perspective.
Yes.
And my perspective is, fast forward, you're in the hospital, you're battling the cancer, like we got to go through that.
Yes.
So that means that I'm gonna have to put my life not on hold, but slow it down, because now I got to take care of you.
Yeah.
Because you're choosing to do something that is not beneficial to your health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at it from that perspective.
Okay.
So I won't want that in a mate. Wow, let's live a long life. I want to enjoy you for as long as possible.
Okay. And like I said, so there's no room to be like, babe, let's get on this nicotine pack.
Nah. Not at all. That's a strong. So ladies, if you smoke, I'm sorry. There's other guys that don't mind, but this one here, nah, that's a strong no for me, man. Strong no.
Yeah. So are more of the personality character attributes more important, or the physical, materialistic, exterior things more important to you?
I gotta choose
before you start, because it is known, okay, across the board when it comes to men are visuals.
Oh, 100%.
They got to see it. It has to look good to them.
I'm 100% visual. I'm me.
Okay. So tell.
Yeah. So of course it's both. But what happens is, when it comes to the physical, that's what typically attracts men to women. That's what attracts me to a woman, her physical. Now, what keeps me with her is the intangible things, the things that she has inside that I can't see, the things that gets revealed when we spend time together. Her ambition, her drive, her love for life, her love for, her grind, her relationship with God, those things that you learn by spending time with a person. But what's going to initially attract me, these eyes right here. I'm looking these eyes.
Woo! You said a mouthful. Because
go and take a sip of your water.
I was about to. I needed to, right? Because no. Let me digest that, okay? Because let's be mouthful on 100. Because I love that you said what attracts me is not what keeps.
Facts.
That. It's not what keeps her, right? And that's a one-on-one thing that all women need to know. Like, what you have on the outside, baby girl, it's gonna make me look, but baby,
it
ain't gonna make me stay.
And see, what I think some women don't realize is that what attracts a woman to a guy is what's different than what attracts a man to a woman. You
Yeah.
know, women, you guys, you know, I'm not saying that women don't go for looks, but it's you know, it's this guy. Can this guy offer me security, stability?
Yeah.
You know, can this guy be a protector? Like those are things that women look for.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a man, we're visual, and I think some women have a challenge with accepting that.
Yeah.
They want, oh, he need to love me for my heart. Okay, all right. Well, if you want somebody to love you for your heart, then date a woman. Okay, men, we're different. We're built different.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think that when women understand that and when they accept that, just like there are certain things about a woman that makes a woman, when
Yes.
men understand it and accept that, it'll make dating be a lot easier.
You're absolutely right. Like I truly believe when you are beginning to date, right? Again, after you have done work on yourself, because I am a true believer that you cannot, I repeat, cannot find your ultimate soulmate, the one you are destined to be with, if you have not lived your life, right?
Mm.
Like you have to live your life. You gotta know what you like, gotta know what you want, gotta know, all those good things. But
You're preaching. You're preaching. Yeah, yeah. Preaching,
I am
man.
a true believer.
And
I
it's
am
Sunday.
every Sunday. Come on, teacher, preacher. I am so you got me losing track on what I was about to say.
My bad.
I am a true believer in what were we talking about?
Well, I was last talking about the physical being a factor with what attracts me to a woman, and then you was elaborate on that.
Yes. Oh, yes. Like glamoring it all up, right? And putting it in a pretty package, in a pretty bow. And you have, it's all empty in here. Or when he's ready to strip off your layers, he finds out that you're heartbroken. Your pieces are scattered. Not only are your heartbroken, your pieces are scattered, right? Which means you got to learn to grab those pieces back from wherever you are, which is going to take time. Right. And then you also find out that you're mentally unstable. She's emotionally unstable. She's financially, whatever all these crazy, characteristics are when it comes to women. This is why it's so important. You can't jump out into the dating pool and you don't have anything to offer on the inside, right? Because as a Black union, as the Black love, we are here to build. We're not here. We could come in, we could meet each other at where we are, but we are supposed to build, right? And
Right.
whether that's built on legacy, whether that's built on finances, whether that's just built on love, like we're coming into a union to build. But if you're coming in and you look good, right? You smell good. You got, you got a couple accolades here and there, and you come in and you have nothing, no character, no personality, no wits, no wisdom about yourself. What makes you think that you are going to marry someone, a man,
You're
a
not.
real, you know what I mean? Like it's impossible, so that's
You're not.
important.
That's like a car driving around on 4 donuts. You can get to your destination, but barely on them 4 donuts, right? But you know what? From this is one thing. Yeah. But these are two things that I learned, that short relationships are for two reasons.
Yes.
The person, they're only looking for sex, or they get with somebody and they don't have anything to offer outside of the physical.
Okay.
So if a woman finds herself in a short relationship, she's always like this 1 year, maybe 2 years, 6 months, it's because that man was only looking for sex, or when he got with you, he found out that you don't have anything to offer him outside of your physical.
Right.
So he's gonna use you for what you have, and then he's bouncing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And you know what? At that point, this is when it's so important to start to break those generational curses, because here we are again in that same cycle where you're jumping out in the fishing pole. I mean, in the fishing pond, right? With all these great men, or vice versa, all these great women out there, and you're not ready, right? And so you jump out there, not knowing all of your stuff is not in order, and here we go with another broken heart because you have nothing to offer this man or this woman, right? So here we are with another generational, another broken piece to your heart,
Right.
that you have created because you're doing something too fast, too quick,
Yeah.
when it's like, get your stuff in order first.
That's the reason. That's the purpose of being single, to do
Yes,
that.
to do
See,
that.
some people, men and women, they don't allow themselves to stay single long enough to work on them.
Yes.
They're so in a rush to get into that next relationship because they see their best friend in a relationship. They see people posting on social media they're in a relationship. They're like, "Shit, I want to be in a relationship."
No, you're absolutely right. Like, that's right. That's the goals, right? And it looks great, but again, you know, it's going to be there. It's going to be there, right? I don't care how
Yeah.
old you are. And that just goes me into my next question was about. I keep hearing of all these dialogues out here on these social media platforms about women dating women and dating, well, not necessarily men, because men, you know, y'all got treasures into the end of time that y'all never get old. And what is pretty much is what I'm saying. Women, our ovaries, our everything kind of
That
changes
cock.
when we get
Yeah.
to a certain age. You know what I mean? So dating women over 40 is like this big topic out here now. What is your perspective on dating women over 40?
My
She's
perspective.
been through a lot, right? She's seen a lot. She
That,
got
hey,
has children. I'm sure she's been married. I'm
that
sure
question
she's
got me a little hot.
going through menopause sometimes. You know what I mean? She got a lot going on.
Okay. So now I'm gonna answer that based on my personal experiences.
That's all we could do.
So people, this is only based on my personal experience. I'm not
Yes,
generalizing every other guy, right? But
yes,
for me, because I'm 40, you know what I'm saying.
yes,
So when I'm gonna say not only 40, but just dating women that's over the age of 35, from my personal experience, yes, they've been through a lot, and some have emotional baggage that they haven't dealt with.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then now you're faced with the emotional baggage. Okay, I'm 35. I'm older than 35. I got these kids. I'm still not married. Who's going to take me with these kids? So they're already dealing with issues mentally because they think that they're not enough.
yeah,
So then when they get in, when I find myself dating them, it's like, okay, now I gotta heal you, which
yeah,
that takes work. Then I got to show you that I'm worthy. That takes work. Then I
yeah,
got to be consistent with it, and that takes work.
yes.
So I see that it's a challenge
You think
with
so?
yeah, and that's from what I see, my personal experience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a challenge. Now,
So
is it impossible to get through? No,
that's
but
right. What do you suggest for women that are coming from a male's perspective, right? Because again, we have our own opinions about things, but we also learn from each other, right? We can't get everything out of a book,
mhm.
everything through life lessons. So what do you offer? What could you say to a woman that is single, that is seeking over the age of 40?
Stay single until like what you just said. Stay single until you know what you want and you know who you are.
Yeah,
If you know that you have some emotional baggage that you're carrying around that you haven't dealt with,
yeah,
deal with that.
yeah,
I heard Rick Ross say something. He said, I'm not worried about moving fast. I want to move correctly.
correctly. Yeah,
You know.
that's
So
right.
when it comes to women, I feel that women that's over 35 is the topic, they want to move fast.
Okay.
They want to move fast, and they're not healed yet.
They're
Some
not
of them
healed.
they don't even recognize that there's damage that need to be healed from,
Yeah,
and they find themselves in cycles in and out of relationships going through the same cycle. So my thing is stay single, learn you, learn what you like, what you don't like, and then you're gonna eventually cross paths with that man, and everything's gonna feel right.
That's right.
You know, but focus on work on yourself, become a better a better version of you.
Yes. I love that. And thank you for sharing that perspective coming from a honorable single African American men on this planet right now is to, we need to hear that. We need to hear that from you all, right? We don't, we get the attention from you all, but we don't get to I'm gonna say it, the fatherly aspect, because again, we're not seeking our fathers, but we're seeking attributes of our father in our men, right? And we need to know what it is that what do I need to do? What do I need to be? And what do I need to work on to become a better me? Not only from a woman's perspective, because there are, and I even have a lot of this with my own clients and in my industry, where women like to kind of be combative with other women, especially when you're giving knowledge. And
right.
this is why.
And I can never understand that. I can never understand why.
You know what?
Men never do that.
I know. I think it's in our nature to just be, who she thinks she is. Oh, but they're, being working with women over the course of 13 years of my life, I have always known two things: listen to her story, and if you're going to give an opinion or give a suggestion, put it in context of myself, because they receive it different. Women receive it when I say, well, me when I was, or if I was going to go through, then they're able to receive it. But nevertheless, women take information from a male, a well-balanced male, better in some cases, not all, but most of the time, better from a man's perspective. And I respect that, because even myself, I'm like, I want to know, brother, what are you? What I gotta do?
But see, that's because you're open to getting better.
Yes.
You're open to hearing, okay, Kendra, this is what you got to do, because you're the problem.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? See, some women, they don't want to take that accountability. They don't want to hear that it's them. It's easier to point the blame on somebody else. Like, no, I'm the victim. It's them. But when a woman is willing to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I am the fault.
Yeah.
And I want to get better, so I'm teach me.
So this is one of my favorite quotes. When it's a long old school quote where it's been where it says, a man. I can't. That's why I always write everything down, because sometimes when I try to grab it from the air, it ain't never there. But it's some of the notion, men and what they say. Every time a man comes in contact, come on, you got to help me. When she says a man and a woman, when a woman comes into his life, it's like I'm a treasure. Like he's the treasure in her life. I can't even think about it. I can't think of it, but nevertheless,
that sounds good where you was going at.
Right. I always say that, when men come into our lives, or when a man, from a man's perspective, coming into a woman's life, what if it was every woman that you were supposed to encounter was not supposed to be a wife, or not supposed to be a soulmate, but someone that you can teach, someone that you can expose a different perspective that they did not have growing up or in their adulthood or teenage years that they need. What if it is that every woman that comes into your life, because most of the time men feel every time a woman comes into their life, it's either, on a sexual tip, or, I want to marry her tip. But what if it is that you have to give her something when it comes to wisdom and knowledge and empowerment? Because that's what a father does to his child, right? He feeds her, right? He uplifts his daughter. He encourages her. He takes her out, you know, and not to say, you know, we're looking for fathers. Again, it's just the attribute that we see have in our fathers, we look for in our men as well. So it's like, you know, what if all those women that you know, you had sexual encounters with and bad experiences with was just there to, you were there to help. She was supposed to teach. You were supposed to teach her something, give her a couple nuggets, and then voila, go on about your business. You know.
Well, I mean, if
Change that persona about, you know, men coming into our lives and women that coming into your lives for some sort of physical attribute versus intellectual, something that's you know, that we're supposed to hold on to a treasure.
right, right. I'm glad you brought that up because you made me remember a few years back, I had a lady approach me on Facebook, you know, and she was I won't say she was shooting her shot, but she showed that she had interest.
Yeah.
And she said something to me that I've never had any other woman ever say to me in my life. She said, Terrence, when I met you, I prayed and I asked the Holy Spirit to reveal to me how should I minister to you.
Yeah.
I said, well, damn, that was different.
Yeah.
You know? So it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like, oh no, I want to date you, yada yada yada. Her thing was if that's what's meant to be, then that's what's gonna happen. But I want to first know because we cross paths for a reason.
That's
so
right.
What is my purpose being in your life in this season?
Yeah.
When she said that, I was like, but she also broke it down here too. She said that when a woman approaches it that way, she doesn't position herself to get let down.
That's
because
right.
if you're meant to minister to him, that could be a friendship, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about, okay, I want to get in a relationship, because most people, I'm gonna say most women, from my experience, right, that's their main focus. And if that doesn't happen, now they get upset.
Yeah.
But if you take the dating out of it, like, okay, how can I minister to you? Because I may be here just to teach you. Yeah. And if that's my job, I'm hopefully I'm gonna do a good job, and I'm gonna keep it moving. But if it's meant for us to be in a relationship, then that's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna let that be my first intentions. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when she broke that down to me that way, I was like, okay, you done changed the game.
It is. and that really goes back to when I had said when I approach men, it's always in that manner. It's like, you know, because I know that, you know, spirit moves through us. You know what I mean? And some people's spirits is not of good. And then some people's spirits
keep that spirit moving. Keep it moving. You know? When you stop it here, keep on going.
And so, and as women, we are vessels, you know, and this is what priesthood is. Women are vessels, easier to get spirit to move through us. So, and that's why I never leave what they say, a cloth unturned. If I see someone sitting, or if I walk into someone's life, or someone walks into my life, I instantly ask my higher self, you know, the higher of this universe as well. What is it? Why is this person in my life? You know what I mean? What do I need to do? Is it for me, or are you using me? You know? And so it's really important as women to have that notion in mind as well, because every man that's coming into your life is not there to use you or abuse you. You know, every man that comes into your life is not, you know, want to, you know, do some kinky stuff or want to hurt you. You know, some men are genuinely there to help, to benefit you, like to help you move through life a little bit easier.
Right. You're right. And I feel that because the narrative, and I think it's a safe narrative, or it's safe to assume that this is the narrative. Most men, or the majority of men, when they're approaching a woman, is on a sexual tip. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that because women are so accustomed to that, they assume, okay, this what energy he on. You know what I'm saying? But there's a small percentage of men that ain't on that. You're like, I want to talk to you because I want to get to know you. You know, to see if you're somebody that I want to be with, and maybe, you know, eventually have sex with. You know, but that might not be the initial reason. You know what I'm saying?
I got another question for you, sir.
Go ahead.
Is age a number, or is it a definite yay or nay when you're dating?
Whew, man. Well, I mean, it's it is a number, you know, because there's numbers in the age. That's a number, right? But
You
man,
know what
listen,
I mean.
you can't be my doggone mama age, man. Talking about something, you know. Can we live happily ever after? No. For one, my mama, she ain't gonna go for that. Like, baby, what? So
Mama's
really?
like for an older woman.
No, man, no.
Okay,
And I
so
love my
age is important for you.
age. Yeah, age is important. Yeah.
Age is important, and that's you know what? When I tell you, T, I am so grateful to have you on today because everything that because I'm a traditional woman, everything that I've always known as tradition, you are like giving it the total opposite twist. And I love that
Yeah.
because everybody's not traditional.
Right.
Everybody's not conservative. Everybody's, you know, so I love
Man. Yeah, because my thing is, you know, people who follow tradition, you never live that happily ever after life.
yes.
Because when has tradition proven to some success? You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh well, my parents did it this way. Say it again.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Because you know, some people may say, well, Terrence, I mean, my parents did it that way. Well, that was your parents. They met back then. Things are not the same back then how they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Women are more independent. You know what I'm saying? Women they ain't running the world. You know what I'm saying? But you know, y'all making a bigger stride than they were back then.
Who is that?
In the 60s.
Who sing that song? A world. What they say? It's a man's world.
A man's world.
But it ain't nothing. If I ain't what up?
But that hook goes the hook goes first. It's a man's world.
It's a man's world. It is.
Cheers. He led with that.
Cheers to balanced men. Oh my goodness. That still are ready to love.
100%.
Yeah. And to my last question for you.
Last question.
I know, right?
The best for last.
Well, you know, this won't be our last. This is just
definitely not.
Just the beginning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But what is love? What does love look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What is love? What is love in your perspective?
Oh man, this is a phenomenal question. Oh, and you did good by saving this for last too.
Yes.
So, how I describe love, and this is my answer, right?
Yeah.
Love is something that you can't describe. You know, when a person is truly in love, when they're in unconditional love, you won't be able to put words on that because it's gonna be a feeling that you've never experienced before. So how can you explain something you never experienced before? You know, it's gonna be more of a feeling versus okay, I can tell you what this is. No, I can tell you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, "Oh, I'm in love because of," no, you ain't in love. You know, but this is just my opinion. You know, so my definition of love, to answer your question, it's something that it's a strong feeling that you can't explain. It's unexplainable.
Okay.
You know, you just know it.
So now, because we're using it in the content, you're currently using it in the context of between a union. But what about when you think of it on a universal aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, love for the planet, love for people you don't know, love for your children, love, because it's all different levels to it, right? But
I believe that, yeah.
What is, if you take away the relationship aspect of it, what is love? What is it? What is it?
Yeah. Well, if I'm taking away the relationship part of it, I would say love is a feeling as well as an action where a person that they are willing to do whatever it takes, go above and beyond for a certain outcome. You know, if I have a love for the planet, then I'm going to go above and beyond to not, you know, pollute the planet, not litter. You know, go green. You know, I'm gonna go above and beyond for that. You know, if it's a friendship, I'm gonna go above and beyond for that friend if I love you. You know what I'm saying? So going above and beyond. You know, not to make it a trigonometry
I love
statistics answer. Just keep it simple.
but it go above and beyond, and that are the same attributes that you could and you should find in your future soulmate, you know,
I
is
agree.
over and beyond, because love is love,
Yeah.
right? Like on all scales, there's different levels to it.
Hmm.
You can't, like you said, you can't have love for man
Hmm.
if you don't have love for the planet, the earth that you live.
Exactly.
You can't have love for your children and not have love for the elder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a universal love, and
Exactly.
that same concept that you would use in, this is why I feel like, you know, the same concept you would use in your love dynamic should reflect in the universe, right? In everyday life, right? And
Yeah.
this is why I'm a true believer in loving self first, right?
Hmm.
Because you love self, then you know how to love everything that surrounds you,
You're
right?
right. Yep.
All levels. Even as a mother, you know,
Hmm.
if she doesn't know herself, young mothers have this, you know, really, really, it's inevitable, but it's our reality.
Hmm.
uh Young mothers, we didn't know, because I'm gonna say myself as well, we didn't know what love was,
Hmm.
because yeah, we were probably mistreated as a young child,
Hmm.
or were it was love was absent, you know. But to bring a child into the world, you have to learn to love. And once you learn to love a child, it doesn't mean instantly that you're going to start to love yourself, but
Hmm.
it's the first indication of the first marker of learning what love is, you
Right.
know, and how does it stem from anything and everything. And
Right.
I'm a true
I'm,
believer in,
mhm. Yeah. I'm gonna add something to that because, you know, as I became, I'm not gonna say older, as I became more mature
yeah,
and I learned more, it's got to the point now that when I look at the word love, you can't use the word love with conditions.
that's right.
It's unconditional. So I
It's
think that people, and I'm guilty of that, you know, and I'm still guilty, and I'm working on getting better at that. But just throwing around that word love, but you got conditions with it.
yes,
No, no. If you love something, then why is there condition? It should be unconditional.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning and have learned, and I'm getting better at not just throwing that word love around.
yeah.
Because I like the planet. I'm not gonna say I love it because my ass I litter sometimes. Well, I don't litter, but you know I may do stuff that's not healthy for the planet.
You got his green. We live in a society where everything is easy. So, you know,
Mhm.
we're working
Yeah,
to our better selves. We're working to our higher selves every day.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Love, like you said, it's profound. It's not one word that describes it all. There's not an action that describes it all. There is not a person that can describe what love
no,
is. It is, but if we were to describe it,
mhm.
I'm a true I am in true agreement with you when you say it is unconditional, because how do you put stipulations on love? I love you, but right.
Exactly,
I love my children, but I mean, you know, everybody makes you, you know, twisted. But once you learn that love is a stem of not only our reality, but it's a stem of what we see and what we feel and what we hear and what we touch in our reality, then life changes, right? For you as
mhm.
a whole.
Yeah,
And
I agree to that. I agree 100%, and I believe that that's the reason why we have, or one of the biggest reasons why the divorce rate is so high is because people they get married to people that they're not in love with. Because if love should
right,
be unconditional, but you marry this person based on conditions.
yes,
If it's
and that's why,
unconditional, to death do your part.
yep, and that's why it's so important to be single and to
And
embrace that singlehood and to learn in that singlehood, not to just go around and F everybody around or F yourself around, but to learn.
Yeah. Because my
Learn.
thing is, if I'm single and I'm learning how to love myself
Yes,
without conditions,
yes,
then I can learn how to love somebody else without conditions.
that's right. That's right. Because you can't wake up and say, I love myself, but
Yeah.
I mean, we
I love
can't
myself
say,
when I'm 200 pounds and I got 5% body fat, but I don't love myself when I'm 280 and I and I got sleep apnea. I don't love myself.
yeah, at some point you still love yourself because what? You feed yourself. Like you say, you go over and beyond, right? You're gonna feed yourself, you're gonna go to the bathroom and clean yourself, you're gonna clean your, you know what I'm saying? You're not probably not to the level of love that you wanted to be or the level of like, but you love yourself enough to get up and do it again, to get up and
Mhm.
try, to get up
Right,
and change that narrative of who you thought you were yesterday.
right, right. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And
That
we
was a
bring
great question too, man. Oh man, I'm curious to see the feedback from that question because I know people have
I
their.
know that is all 1 hour, and I leave it for last because it's so much emotion attached to that, right? And it's different from everybody, but when you really get to the root of it, it's one. It's one thing,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know, that has a tree that stems with a lot of different, perspectives and attributes of love. But again, it's just one thing, and we can't live in, and people do, and I have lived in a harmonious dynamic with a soulmate if there is no love there. I mean, you can have love, you can have love, but not in love. But
Mhm,
again, going to reflect on the outside. So
mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
a true believer of understanding what it is. And that's why I am on this platform, is to redefine what love is
that's
and,
good.
and drop those seeds, right?
I love that. I love it, man. I love it. You're gonna have me thinking about that question later.
Yeah, because you are loved, right? Like you're loved because you woke up today. You're
Yeah,
loved simply because you woke up today,
yeah.
right? And why isn't that reflected back? Or not to say you, but
Mhm.
it has to be reflected back. If I give love, I mean, if I get loved, then I give love because you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Right.
So just waking up and just embracing the gratitude of waking up. I am
Mhm,
loved.
mhm. Yeah, you got a purpose, and you're fulfilling that purpose on this platform.
You
So
have we all
we all do. We all do. We all do. We got a purpose.
serve. We all do. We truly do.
Yep.
And it's such a phenomenal thing to be able to bring it all into unison and to
Right.
bring it
Right.
all together, with different perspectives, but being able to be cordial and respect because you
Mhm.
ain't gotta like me.
Not at all. Not at all. Not
Not
at
even
all. You don't gotta like me.
we will respect.
Yeah.
You will respect me. I will respect you.
Mhm. And then
Right?
and then also too, I'm going to put myself in a position to be respected because I don't ask the person to respect me. No, I'm gonna show you my actions. I'm gonna show
That's
you how
right.
I move, and I'm gonna earn that.
I
You know what I'm
love
saying?
that.
I'm gonna earn it.
I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. And
Yeah.
that's on in business, that's
Oh
on
yeah.
a personal level,
Because
professional level.
nobody's entitled. No, nobody's entitled to nothing.
Nope. That's
Nobody's
right.
entitled. No, you earn it, man. You earn it, and once you earn it and you get it, it makes you appreciate it more. Okay, I earned this respect. I earned that person's respect.
Yeah.
You maintain it better when you work for it.
I truly believe that. It's an honorable place to be, just to be able to be in balance and in unison. And I'm forever grateful for you today.
I thank you. I thank you. I appreciate that opportunity. Thank you,
I'm
Kendra. Love it.
grateful for the guests that have joined us right now and in the future. I am grateful for this platform to expose just a perspective of a woman and a man of melanated skin. and embracing the word love on all levels, right? On all levels.
And Kendra, I want to definitely thank you for the opportunity, and I already see your platform exploding. Oh my God, you're gonna be on interviews. I can see you on a Helen show. Okay, so Kendra, so
That is, it's already decreed, brother.
it's
It is
already decreed.
decreed.
100%. Bringing people
Guess
together. I
what?
love
And I'm always, because you can't never forget where you come from,
it. You
right?
can't forget. You can't forget. You know, when you was in the basement hustling, you can't forget that. Now.
You hear me?
That's the
Putting it all on
groundwork.
the table. Putting it all on the table. I'm putting it
Shoot.
all on the table.
There you go. And they always make
All
for the
of
best stories. When you got a journey, make for the best stories.
you. That's right. And you know what? Again, I don't do this for me. I do it for my legacy. I do it for my legacy because generation after generation after generation after generation, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? And the same goes right back to why you do what you do.
Right.
Legacy behind it. If we
Legacy.
don't value ourselves,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Definitely do it for my
Right?
legacy. When I'm
And
dead and going, I'm going to
go
say
ahead.
it
I'm
again.
sorry. I was
I
going to
said,
ask. I was going to go into the to go back to what you do as a purpose in this life.
yeah. So I believe that God grants us with multiple purposes. Multiple gifts.
That's right.
Me currently the area that I'm in right now when it comes to life insurance and retirement. You know, African Americans, melanated people, life insurance is something that we didn't grow up knowing about.
That's right.
And I didn't when my sister passed away, that was my first time having to bury somebody who didn't have life insurance. And my
Wow.
sister was 23 when she passed away.
Wow.
My niece, my daughter, her daughter, my niece was one. So I'm like, okay, dang. I'm seeing how my parents got to, they got to borrow money, to pay for a funeral. And I'm like, okay, well, what if she would have had life insurance? The funeral would have been covered, and she would have left her daughter with generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Same thing on the retirement side. We have a lot of our people, they retire broke, not broke meaning that they don't have no money, broke meaning that you can't enjoy retirement how you want to enjoy retirement because you're limited by what your money can provide for you. So it's important to learn how to invest your money in the right vehicles. So
Yeah.
I take pleasure in being able to be in a position where I can help people do that.
And you know how I look at insurance is it's like you're putting away money for a rainy day for you because we're all going to go to the grave, right? And it's just like investing in my child, investing in my mother, investing in myself, that savings that I won't see
Mm-hmm.
until I pass away for my children or for my mother or for them to have for me, whatever the case may be. It's a true deposit into it's a true deposit into you.
Exactly. To add on that, and this is what I like to tell people when I'm explaining it to them. I say life insurance, that's immediate wealth.
It is.
Investments, you got to build that up. That's you're going to see that later down the line.
Yeah.
Life insurance, that's immediate wealth. You
Yeah.
die today.
Yep.
Your family get that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you're covered, right? You are not a hindrance to the family.
You're not a hindrance. You're not a hindrance.
Yeah.
You're not a hindrance. Not a hindrance. So
just dropping those, just investing. It's a small savings that you're investing. We put into our savings account, we put into stocks, we put in all of these things, and it's like we don't put into ourselves.
We don't.
And we know that that's a guarantee, right? Like that we're all going to go to the grave.
Everybody. It's not if, when.
When.
And
that's
for people
right.
for people that have believed the narrative, life insurance is not as expensive as people think it is. Because I thought it was super expensive because I was basing it on my car insurance. But when you get life insurance when you're young, when you're healthy, a lot of people, I have clients, they pay less than they pay for the cell phone bill. A small investment that has a huge outcome, a huge reward.
Well, we love you for being.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you for being who you are and putting in your position in this world, dropping those seeds and encouraging people. And I love your platform too. I love you. You starting to put in them TikTok assets.
Hey, when you're in business, you got to be creative. You got to be creative,
You
man. So I'm being creative. Yeah. And I'm about to drop another one today.
You gotta go where the attention goes, right? It's like, I ain't trying to be famous, but I need you to know, right? Like, you got people out here shaking ass, you got people out here, dumping Kool-Aid in grandma's hair, you doing stuff. Let's educate too, right?
Yep.
So right.
And that's what it is. And I'm always okay. What platform is popping? Because I got to be on that platform.
I got to be on that platform.
That's where I got to go to. Right.
I love it. And everything, what they say, everything is televised now, and everything is streamed to be able to see instantly. Yep. And so there is no I didn't know. There is no I don't know, because
the information's out there. It's out there.
It's there instantly. All you gotta do is type in 3 words, and then it'll pull up on your phone.
That's it. Simple.
That's it.
Simple. That search bar, you can find a lot of stuff from search.
Oh my goodness. It'll get you in some good trouble, or it get you just some plain old bad, some good old trouble. Like,
see, I'm talking about the good trouble, Kendra. I ain't talking about no websites that you gotta be 18 and up to go to. I ain't talking about that search now.
Hey, you never know. We all human. You're human.
Okay,
Goodness gracious. But again, T, it was a pleasure. We have been on here for over an hour. I'm sure people are like, shut up now. No, I'm just playing.
Hopefully not. This is good. Hope they got their popcorn out.
I hope that, you know what? And guess what? We're gonna come back, because this is my series guy. Okay, we coming back for more.
And the next time I'm having that drink to the side too, so I might be a little extra.
We got
extra turned up for y'all.
We gotta move through these layers. We gotta move through all these layers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, people need to know. We need to know. And a lot of people are scared of people knowing their truth, but how can you get help? How can you seek, guidance? How can you seek sovereignty if you are scared? If you are fearful of your truth? You have to look yourself in that mirror. It's inevitable. You have to.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable.
It is.
Growth comes from when you get uncomfortable.
That's right. It truly saying the word. And I'm forever grateful for you to be a reflection of me.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Kim.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks again, everybody that has joined us. I hope that these was well received, and believe me, we got more exciting, revealing conversations and guests and all some good stuff, okay? Coming in the near future, and I hope everybody have a phenomenal rest of their day wherever you are. If the sun is not shining, be that sunlight. Give your light to the world, because it is pretty dark out there. So, we're just out here just spread a little bit of love. That's all. That's it.
No, right. Awesome. Love it.
Love, light, and peace. I love you, T.
I love you too, sweetie.
I'll talk to you soon. Until next time.
Peace.
Bye.